Hey, here's a quick video of the MegaCity Performance Carb Correction Kit installation. I didn't see any other videos on this, so I just thought I'd make one while I'm doing it. There's enough videos out there to remove the carb, so that's where I'm at here. We're gonna take the start out, take the top screws off of this and get to the diaphragm. Okay, I took that plastic diaphragm cover off. When you're doing it on the last screw, you hold a little bit of pressure on it because there's a spring that's going to want to push all that out. And then take the cover off, all this stuff lifts out. There's your stock needle and needle retainer. We're going to replace that needle. And also there's a little rubber band in there, a rubber gasket. It's going to go around the wings of this, and it's going to sit right here at the base of this diaphragm. Okay, I got that O-ring seated, and you just want to roll it up against those wings. Roll it across the wings. You don't want to slide it or you'll tear it. All right, next when you're putting it all in, you want to put the diaphragm in first, and then the needle, and then the little plastic needle retainer with the feet down. And you can see that little hole in there. You want to make sure you don't cover it with the feet on that plastic retainer. Then we're going to put the spring in and put the cap on. And once you get it all on, you actually want to lift, put your finger in there, lift, I can't really do it here. Lift this diaphragm up, just push it up and pump it just slowly a couple times and just make sure all this is set into place. So we're gonna do that now. Screwing those 4 screws back in, you're tightening up on the plastic so don't get them too tight. There's little lock washers on there so they don't need to be tight at all. And this is what I was talking about. You want to check earlier. Just make sure it goes up and down freely and all that's aligned. Okay, next we're going to move on to the bottom part. It's just 4 screws on the edge of this bottom and we'll get to the jets. Okay, we got the cover off. This here is our main jet, and down in this hole, kind of deep down here, is our pilot jet. Now I have stock exhaust and stock air intake with this snorkel removed. So I'm actually going to leave the 145 main jet in there because I'm at sea level. If you're at a higher altitude, you probably want to go with a 150 main jet. And I'm going to change my stock pilot jet out to a 42 size. Okay, for the mixture thumb screw, MegaCity Performance actually made a really good video about removing that cap to get to it. So I'm not going to cover that, but remove the stock one here, and you want to make sure that washer and little O-ring comes out. My new thumb set mixture came with a new washer and O-ring, so I'm just going to use that one, and we're going to screw it all the way back in. For my setup, I'm going to screw it all the way in till it stops, and then I'm going to come out 2 turns, and then we'll go from there. And one more note on that: if you make a little mark there on your set screw and a mark on the carb, it makes it a lot easier to see how many times you're turning it. Alright, got it back put together here, and we got it warmed up. Just adjusted the mixture. What you want to do: go down to that set screw, twist it in clockwise until you hear the idle drop, and then you want to loosen it until the idle comes back up, and then once it does at peak RPM, you want to go about another 1/8 of a turn. If you've ever leaned an airplane out at altitude, it's the same deal. And then I'll show you the throttle response difference here. And my machine used to backfire like crazy when I do this. It sounds like it's eliminated